this program for breaking news.
Hello, everyone. I'm Renee Chu with some breaking news out of Wake County. State troopers right now are chasing a black SUV on I-40. Now the suspect from that black SUV is on the run, as you can see in these live pictures that we are bringing to you from WRAL Sky 5. Ken Smith is in the WRAL Live Center monitoring this chase. Wow, we are watching an active search right now, trying to get that man. Ken, who are they looking for?
They are reportedly looking for Carl Wiggins, and of course he's the husband of the missing Sampson County woman, Kiera Wiggins. This chase has been going on for quite some time. According to our reporter, our Fayetteville reporter, Gilbert Bays, this actually started as a police pursuit. Police spotted, or detectives spotted, the black Ford Excursion SUV that's been missing for the longest while. And of course, they started pursuing that SUV in Sampson County. The pursuit made its way through Johnston County, and here you see it ended on I-40 West here in Wake County. And you just saw right here live on WRAL that man who is reportedly to be Carl Wiggins jump out of that SUV and took off running in the woods. Again, Sky 5 is over that scene where detectives and investigators were able to catch up with Mr. Wiggins. You can see them. They're pulling him out of the woods and escorting him back to the roadway. Again, we believe, according to Sampson County Sheriff's Jimmy Thornton, that this is, in fact, Carl Wiggins. Just a little background, as you see investigators try to take him into custody. His wife, Kiera Wiggins, has been missing since June 9th. Her family, we spoke with her family yesterday. They were deeply concerned about her whereabouts. They hadn't seen her since June 9th. That black SUV was missing. So was Carl Wiggins up until this point. Again, if you're just walking into the room and you're seeing these live pictures, these are live pictures from Sky 5 over Wake County. You can see the backup right here as a result of what just happened. This police pursuit started in Sampson County, made its way to Johnston County, and now here in Wake County, where it ended. From what we've been able to ascertain, that State Highway Patrol used stop sticks to blow out one of the tires on that SUV. And of course, he crashed in the side of the guardrail, immediately jumped out of the car and started running toward the woods. But right now you can see police have the person we believe to be Carl Wiggins in custody. They're searching him right now outside that police cruiser. This has been an ongoing investigation we've been following for the last several days. Again, Carl Wiggins is supposedly the husband of Kiera Wiggins. There you see her picture on the screen right now. That's Kiera Wiggins. Her family reported her missing. They had not seen her since June 9th. They've been extremely worried as to what happened to her when Mrs. Wiggins disappeared. So did Carl Wiggins, along with that black SUV. That's the vehicle right there on the screen as well. That's the vehicle that police spotted today and pursued it all the way to Wake County. Again, that's the picture of Kiera Wiggins, who family members had not seen her since June 9th. At this point, we have no idea what happened to Kiera Wiggins. Again, this is the apparent arrest of Carl Wiggins, her husband. But of course, the question becomes, where is Kiera Wiggins? Her family, of course, desperately trying to get as much information as they possibly can. But again, just to recap, you're looking live at the arrest of the person we believe to be Carl Wiggins. This is according to the Sampson County Sheriff Jimmy Thornton. He alerted us about a pursuit that was happening with a black SUV that they've been looking for the last several days. And Sheriff Thornton confirmed for us that the person behind the wheel of that black SUV is that gentleman right there in handcuffs, who we believe to be Carl Wiggins, being taken into custody as a result of this situation. Again, the question we all have right now that Carl Wiggins is in custody, what about the whereabouts of Kiera Wiggins? We expect that we'll hear a lot more from about that situation later on today. But this scene is actually playing out on I-40 westbound. As you might imagine, the traffic is backed up for quite a ways as a result of what's happening here Sky 5 is going to pull out and show you exactly what we're talking about. This is I-40 westbound, not far from Jones Sausage Road. You can see there's the traffic backup stretching for miles. I would imagine as a result of this traffic backup, this investigation is going to be here for a little while. And if you're stuck in that traffic, you know somebody who's stuck in that traffic, tell them to avoid that area. This is what we've learned right now from the W Area Live Center. Again, you're looking at a picture of Kiera Wiggins. Her family reported her missing. They hadn't seen her since June 9th. And you're looking at the right side of the screen, live pictures from Sky 5, Renee, of the arrest of the person we believe to be Carl Wiggins. Renee?
Following for weeks now with the disappearance of Kiera Wiggins. Investigators believe Carl Wiggins, her husband, may know something of her disappearance, as he has been missing as well and accused of stealing an SUV. That black SUV appears to have blown out its tire from stop sticks there on I-40 in Wake County. This chase starting in Sampson County through Johnson County all the way to Wake County, and you are watching the end of that chase with Carl Wiggins in handcuffs and in that police car. We want to go to Gilbert Bays, who joins us live now from the phone, who has also been covering this story extensively. He recently spoke with Kiera Wiggins' family, who have been so worried because, Gilbert, you said it is very unusual for them not to hear from Kiera. Gilbert.
That's correct. And, you know, it was an emotional interview with his sisters and brother, and also mother, just begging for information about where Kiera Wiggins is located. And everyone agrees that the key to that is Carl Wiggins, her husband of 12 years. And so the search was for this black Ford Excursion, that I was told by the Bladen County Sheriff, it was stolen last Thursday, from a home down in Bladen County. That was after Kiera Wiggins' her vehicle was found down in Bladen County. I was told that there was some type of mechanical difficulty with that vehicle, and allegedly Carl Wiggins dumped it and stole the black Excursion that was involved in this chase today. So for the past several days, they've been looking for it. Now, one key point here, that vehicle was spotted at the Budget Inn on Highway 701 in Clinton over the weekend by the family members of Kiera Wiggins. They went to the hotel. Carl Wiggins came out. There was a confrontation between the family members and Carl Wiggins. He jumped into that vehicle on Saturday and got away before law enforcement was able to get there. And so they've been searching for that vehicle ever since. And what you're seeing now is the end of a search that is hopefully the beginning of finding out what happened to 38-year-old Kiera Wiggins. It's just a tragic situation right now because, as you mentioned, family members say she does not go days on end without making contact with someone. So hopefully Carl Wiggins will be able to give authorities some clue as to where his wife might be. The couple been married for about 12 years and lived in Roseboro on West North Street there in an apartment. And photojournalist Mike Joyner and I did a couple of stories from that location over the past couple of days, and no one was at the house. It was kind of eerie yesterday as we completed our live shot. A Ford Excursion pulled up and stopped at the house, but it wasn't black, it was gray. So it was just a coincidence that happened. But in watching the chase with Sky 5 now, seeing that vehicle and seeing the individual jump from it, we will know soon that if that is in fact Carl Wiggins. I've been in touch with the Sampson County Sheriff, Jimmy Thornton. He confirmed that multiple law enforcement agencies were in pursuit of that vehicle. And eventually that individual will be transported back to the Sampson County Detention Center. Photojournalist Mike Joyner and I are headed that way. And we hope to get more information from the sheriff as this story continues to develop. And we've also reached out to the family to see what they know about the chase and if there's any other information that they have that they can share. So we'll collect this information and provide it for you as we get it.
We want to go now to WRAL's Keely Arthur, who just arrived there at the scene as well. Keely, what can you tell us?
So, Renee, I know that we've gotten incredible footage from the Sky 5, but we wanted to give you a boots on the ground kind of vantage point. So here you can see that black SUV that we now believe was in possession, Carl Wiggins was in possession of. The eastbound lanes of traffic are moving okay. That's the side that we're on right now. It's the westbound lanes where we're starting to see traffic really bubble up. But first, kind of talking about the police that we've seen respond to this, a lot of them are in unmarked vehicles. So it'll be interesting to see exactly who responded to this, but we know that there are multiple agencies working together that did end up apprehending Wiggins. That white vehicle is a Four Oaks police vehicle. We're also seeing state troopers, and then we're seeing some State Farm cars in terms of probably towing Wiggins' vehicle eventually. As you mentioned, this is an area with a lot of construction as well. I want to swing the camera around just in the opposite direction so you can see the traffic. I know at the scene itself, the traffic's kind of moving, but right now you can see this traffic bubbling up. Again, these are the westbound lanes. This is heading into Raleigh right now. Eastbound's okay. We are seeing kind of some people looking over at the scene, trying to get a sense of what is going on the eastbound lanes, but you're fine if you're headed that way. The issue is going to be if you're headed in toward Raleigh, especially as we start to approach the rush hour hours right now. Now, we were seeing some officers surrounding the black car earlier. It seems like whatever they needed to do in terms of that car has been essentially wrapped up. I'm sure there's some urgency here. I know we were reporting earlier that this scene might not be cleared up until 2 hours from now, but you saw the traffic. This needs to kind of be figured out immediately so that way people can head back into Raleigh or whatever they need to do these afternoon hours. I'll send it back to you, Renee.
Right, Keely Arthur there showing us the scene from her vantage point of what is already a bottleneck situation on I-40 on any regular day, being a construction zone there on I-40 westbound north of Jones Sausage Road, and the traffic backups because of the section that has now turned into a crime scene after just shortly after 1 o'clock. A suspect, Carl Wiggins, who is wanted for his wife's disappearance, was captured by authorities. Right now, we want to go to Sampson County Sheriff Jimmy Thornton, who is joining us on the phone. Carl Wiggins and Kiera Wiggins are from Sampson County. And Sheriff, you've been looking for Carl Wiggins for a couple weeks now. What do you know about him as far as how he might be involved in his wife's disappearance?
Well, every indication is, he certainly is a person of interest. Currently, we were looking for him for having stolen an automobile out of Bladen County. And we were confident that was the vehicle that he would be operating until we located it, if it by chance were abandoned. I guess an hour ago, a Johnston County deputy spotted that vehicle, and then pursuit, took place as a result of the vehicle being identified as the one that was stolen from Bladen and probably being driven by Mr. Wiggins.
As Sky 5 has shown us that traffic stretching back for miles. So if you are at home watching this and you need to get on I-40 through Wake County there in the Jones Sausage Road area, authorities are saying definitely take a detour because you don't want to be stuck in this traffic. Days of Our Lives now airing at the top of the hour in its entirety. And of course, we'll have team coverage of this breaking news beginning on WRL News at 4.
And we know that Gilbert Bays has been in touch with the family throughout this. Keely Arthur, as we saw, is very busy at that scene, trying to get every information, a bit of it that she can, from Jones Sausage Road and I-40.